60% of adults with cancer is related to unforgiveness. In 2017, Dr. Patrick Ijewere, a medical director who studied at Johns Hopkins University and a consultant at Howard University in Washington, D.C., stated that many adults who had cancer was directly related to unforgiveness. He said that there was a project in the United States called the Forgiveness Project about the link between human behavior and diseases, which linked the difficult to treat cancer to unforgiveness. You can find this by looking at the cbn.com news story that's on the internet. There is a project ongoing in the U.S. that is basically a search to know how our attitudes and lifestyles affect our treatable diseases. Various studies have showed that what happens in the physical realm has a lot to do with what we have in the spiritual world. There is an established link. The research in the U.S. is verifiable that 61% of men and 59% of women with difficult to treat cancer has been linked to unforgiveness. The research is simple. There is a chemical in our body called cortisol. It is a chemical that can hinder or suppress our immune system, which mainly is instigated by anger, he said. Ijewere said that the link was expected to make people free from social attributes that might hinder their medications. According to an expert, Dr. Stephen Standiford in Philadelphia and New Jersey, unforgiveness has been classified in medical books as a disease. Refusing to forgive makes people sick and keeps them that way. Of all cancer patients, 61% have forgiveness issues, and of those, more than half are severe. Harboring these negative emotions, this anger and hatred, creates a state of chronic anxiety. Chronic anxiety is very predictable and produces excess adrenaline and cortisol, which depletes the production of natural killer cells, which is the body's foot soldier in the fight against cancer. The issue of forgiveness is not about religion, it is about us and our attitudes. Most people don't realize what a burden anger and hatred are until they let them go, he said. Ijewere, tracing further the implication unforgiveness to cancer treatment, said that the negative emotions contribute mainly to people getting sick and untreatable. One of the major causes of rapid cancer cell mutation is by the presence of negative emotions, which includes hate, grief, bitterness, and others which can lead to depression. These negative emotions mostly aggravate the toxic chemicals which increase stress hormone, cortisol levels, which directly suppress immune system function. When there's a breakdown of immune system, the normal cells mutate into cancer cells, which make them spread fast. In Matthew chapter 18, verses 21 through 35, Jesus shares a parable about a man who was forgiven a large debt to a king, but then he turned around and refused to forgive a man who owed him a very little. It says he was thrown into prison and he was turned over to the tormentors. Jesus said the same thing will happen to us if we refuse to forgive everyone who hurts us from our hearts. Well, what torments us? Demons. Demons will torment our minds, also our bodies, giving us sickness when we refuse to forgive those who hurt us, due to the bitterness which causes many sicknesses. In Hebrews chapter 12, verses 14 through 15, it says, "Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one will see the Lord, looking carefully, lest anyone fall short of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up cause trouble. And by this many become defiled." Defiled means to infect, poison, ruin, and destroy. So, to stay as healthy as possible, make sure to forgive everyone from your heart who has ever hurt you. Doesn't mean you have to reconcile with those who hurt you. It means to give them to the Lord, along with your anger and bitterness, so that you won't get sick. All right, so I have a book called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons, helping thousands of people around the world to get healed from their wounds, to be able to forgive, to get delivered from demonic strongholds. That book's called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons. It's available on Amazon. in paperback, Kindle, and Audible. It's currently ranked number 2 on the spiritual warfare category in Amazon. It's also available in Spanish. And then I also take people through personal sessions of healing and deliverance. If you're interested in that, go out to our website, which is restored2tofreedom.com. Click on Contact Me and submit the form, or you can call 317-459-7091. Thanks.